Coming up on the Middle Class VO podcast.
The direction is direct response retail read, alpha male, good old boy, blue collar announcer. Attention all fishermen. Introducing the Wonder Boner.
If you need e-learning, we're just an email away. Corporate narration, tell us what to say. Explainer video, imaging radio, slinging local cars, reading IVR. No, we ain't no stars. This is the Middle Class VO podcast. The Middle Class VO podcast. The Middle Class VO podcast.
So here we go. Caw-caw!
Caw-caw!
Caw-caw! There we go.
Oh my God. I've never heard Rob's voice that high.
That high? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Middle Class VO podcast. Kevin Kilpatrick here in Nashville. Bobby Maxwell, of course, in Cincinnati. In Texas, deep in the heart of Texas, it's Rob Reed joining us. And in Central Florida, it is Shannon Scott. And let me do the introductions. You know me, you know Bobby. Rob Reed is a guy that comes from radio. He does a ton of radio imaging work. He does a ton of automotive work. And Rob is quickly becoming one of the go-to voices in our industry for that type of work. Shannon Scott is a relative newcomer to the voiceover industry. I wanted Shannon on here today so we can get a relative newcomer's perspective on everything that's going on. So we are going to call this the Middle Class VO Podcast Roundtable. Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very fancy. I just wanted to have a conversation. You know, Bobby and I did the COVID campfire a couple of weeks ago, and just wanted to kind of do a roundtable discussion on everything that's going on. I've been doing automotive work, e-learning work, some telephony work. Haven't been doing a whole bunch of like national level work as of lately with everything that has slowed down. Bobby, let's go to you. What have you been working on recently?
Well, we discussed this last week or the week before. Automotive has just pretty much dried up for me. The only spots that I've done are the ones that are saying, hey, we're here for you. We'll even deliver to your home. Other than that, I mean, nothing automotive. But really fortunate that it was just a timing thing, and it's wonderful. I got a 12-episode crime show on a network.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I can't review it just yet or tell you what it is just yet, but thank you. I talk for a living.
I talk real good, y'all.
No. But it will be coming out in May, and I'm super excited, and I'm finding that I'm loving doing crime narration more with each episode. It's so much fun.
That is fantastic. Rob, what about you? You're established. You've been doing voiceover full-time for several years now. What has your workload been like, and what has it been consisting of this last month or so?
Well, you know, kind of like Bobby. I mean, a lot of the automotive has taken a pause and gone on hiatus, and I have to say some of my radio imaging has kind of gone in the same direction, where radio stations have basically put us on pause. In some instances, they haven't stopped using our voices to brand the radio stations, but that's a point of frustration. But it's also a way for us to be of service to our clients in a way that we haven't ever been asked to, I guess. I have had fortunately I had a national booking that will kind of carry me through for a couple of months if I need to have it that happen in March. So that has been a blessing, and we're super grateful for that. And then there have been some other things that have come to the forefront on some of the other areas, and again, like Bobby, I'm not allowed to talk about them right now. But those are things, and again, those are the relationships that we have forged over a period of time, and those repeat customers were able to go back to them in that relationship as an asset to their business or services or whatever that might be, and just say, hey, what can I do to help?
That's Gab Worthy.
That's great, Rob. And that's a good thing to remember, for us all to remember. I learned this a long time ago, that the majority of your business is going to come from the repeat customers that you have. You're going to get more business from your existing customers than you'll ever get from new customers. Obviously, you have to get new customers periodically, but don't forget about catering and servicing those like Rob was talking about. Now let's bring Shannon Scott on mic. Shannon Scott has been doing voiceover and other various things for several years now. Shannon, why don't you kind of give us a microcosm of your background and what you're doing now?
Okay. Well, basically, what don't I do?
Yeah.
So I'm a mermaid. Done that for a while. I don't know if that helps my voiceover any, but, there's that.
Well, wait, but you can't just say I'm a mermaid and not go into detail. I know
She
what
was
you're
just going
talking
to move
about.
on.
Yeah, Shannon, come on now. Tell the
what?
story. What do you mean you're a mermaid? Tell everybody what you mean by you're a mermaid.
Okay, no, I'm serious. I'm not. It's not a lie. I'm a legit, real freediving mermaid. So, I was actually one of Ripley's Aquarium's first freediving mermaids, which was really super cool. So
That is cool.
yeah, it's not as of a pretty job as most people think it is, like glorious, I guess you'd say. There's a lot of nosebleeds and,
Wow.
a lot of pain involved being a mermaid, but that's a different story. But yeah, I was a mermaid for a while, still am. No jobs at the moment in that area, but that's okay.
I bet you rock those scales, though, huh?
I feel like I do. But yeah, I do that. And I've also have a background in acting, in theater, and on film. And let's see. I got into voiceovers probably a couple years ago, but I only dabbled in it because I wasn't really, my headspace wasn't right for it, because I never thought that I was good enough to be a voice actor. I never believed in myself, let's just say that. But yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit of everything, and now I'm here. I don't know.
Now, with the voiceover that you've done, tell us what areas you've worked.
Okay, actually, I've worked a little bit of everything so far. I've done a couple video games, which I really love, and I've done, I think, 4 audiobooks now, getting into the groove
Wow.
of that. And I've done a couple commercials as well. Nothing national level, but, it's still really cool.
Are you on pay to play, Shannon?
I actually just got back on it for a bit to see if I can, grab anything there. But I've noticed that it's been super scarce, and maybe, I'm not sure, but I've been seeing like nothing coming on that. So I don't know if that was a bad move on my part, but...
Now, this is a good time to bring this up with Bobby, because Bobby is well-versed in the online casting platforms, and Shannon just got back into this, Bobby, and she has a paid membership on V123. So shouldn't she be seeing a ton of auditions? Or there's different levels, I know. So can you go into that a little bit, Bobby?
Yeah, and I will preface it by saying that there's been a lot of chatter lately in the Facebook groups and such of the heavy bookers have seen their numbers drop in the past, since this whole coronavirus thing, because there are so many more people jumping on. I mean, it's not only those of us who do a little bit of voiceover who say, I need more work, I need more clients, but you got to think about all the radio people who are looking for some kind of income right now. And even, people that are just home who've who've thought about doing some kind of voiceover. So you have just this onslaught of new talent on the pay-to-plays. So the competition is, 3 and 5-fold right now. So, but as far as the amount of jobs, I'm a platinum, so I see all of them come in on 1, 2, 3. So I can't really compare, if for a premium member how that would work out if there's more. I know there's a lot of COVID response auditions right now. That's for sure.
Rob, what about yourself? Are you are you on any of the online casting platforms?
Yeah, a couple of them. Voice or V123 is I'm a premium member and not a platinum member, so I can kind of tell you what I see. I see a lot of auditions. However, there have already been numerous auditions that have been turned in on those particular jobs. So I really haven't been spending a whole lot of time on those as much as I have, trying to work with some of my regular clients. But yeah, it seems like on some of the other platforms too, the jobs are down. So yeah, I'm seeing that part of it.
I was wondering, has there been any odd request for a job for any of you? I mean, something that just you would have never expected, and now that people, clients have more time, or just something really strange that you, besides a mermaid.
Yeah, is that the mermaid chiming in back there?
Kinda, yeah. Now that you mention it, Bobby, I got some requests from breath holds.
From what?
I got some requests for breath holds.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means they want to see me holding my breath.
Okay, this just took a weird turn to the left.
It's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
How long can you hold your breath, Shannon? I guess is the question.
That is the question. Now you're thinking, Bobby. No, if I'm staying still, it's just a static breath hold, it's around, I can get 5 minutes, and I don't I don't like pushing any further than that because, brain damage, and it's just too much of a, chance. I like my brain, so.
Yeah. Now, and let me ask you: is somebody offering to pay you for that?
No, they're just random people.
Oh, so just request. Okay.
Just requests. Okay. Yeah.
Because I had a client recently ask me for pay to rub red balloons up and down my calves, and I just thought that was the strangest request.
Oh, that's really strange. That's stranger than breath holding.
They were going to pay me 30 cents a minute for every minute that. I'm so joking.
I cut my husband's hair yesterday. Did you see the post?
Oh my gosh, I did see that, and I thought Steve was a brave soul for doing that. Oh my gosh!
It's my backup career now.
Rob, what are you seeing for our voiceover future, for the immediate future? Rob, what are you predicting?
Well, I think, for me, I think it's just going to come down to an interesting watch, I believe, on what we've seen from the response ads that everybody's seen. And there's, of course, a YouTube clip floating around of somebody went in and put those all together in kind of a mashup form. But I think what we've seen is over the last few years for a very conversational read, right? And now we're back to maybe a little bit more of that announcery feel. While we don't want it to be salesy, and obviously I'm talking strictly commercial stuff. That comforting, reassuring. How many times have we seen that in specs for the last 6 weeks? But I think I think that we may be headed back towards an area like that. But it's really hard to tell what the new normal is going to look like.
Yeah.
I know everybody has said that as well, but I think, again, it's going to boil down to the things that you bring to the table for your existing clients, and can you offer that to somebody else? It's not really any different, I don't think. It's going to be a lot of relationship-based situations between you and your clients.
Absolutely. And before I forget, Rob, you are obviously familiar with the podcast. I have got you tabbed for a cold read challenge coming up in just a few minutes.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He knows what it is already.
Yeah, I got one ready for you, bud. I'm going to shoot that off to you here in just a few. Shannon, we will not put you on the spot at this juncture, but down the road, you're going to get a cold read challenge, kid.
It's going to be as Minnie Mouse, by the way.
Yes.
But Shannon, I wanted to get your perspective on all this stuff right now. Somebody that's been doing it a couple of years, and, you got, your other hustles going on, and voiceover is one of your primary hustles going on right now, though, as well. Are you afraid for the future of the voiceover industry, Shannon, or what are your thoughts?
A penny for your thoughts.
Honestly, I'm not afraid. I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason, and whatever is the direction of my path, our path as a whole community, like, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen for me personally. Yeah. So I'm not afraid of that. I feel like when we are faced with challenges like this, even though I haven't been in the voiceover industry like full on like I am now, I still feel like we're going to grow, bigger and stronger in the long run if we stick with it. So no, I'm not afraid at all.
For you.
Thank you. I haven't been getting a lot of work or anything like that. I edit audiobooks as well for a living. And it's very slow in that department, which is kind of concerning at the moment because it's like, at least I feel like they're all the time coming out. But in the end, it's like, okay, it's just a new direction. That's all it is, just a hiccup.
It's interesting that brings up something, Kevin, for people who have not been in the business very long or ultra new voiceover people. Really think about your next step because it's so important. I mean, if you think, I've got to have a demo because I've got to be in the pay-to-plays, and you just make your own demo or have somebody do it for, $100, that is going to set you up. If a casting person or an agent or somebody hears it, that's how they're going to remember you because it's probably not going to be very professional. So anything that you do right now, think really hard about is that your best work and what you're putting out there. I wanted to share a story with you guys. I was on a webinar last night, and I don't want to mention any names of who it was.
Who was it, Bobby?
There were 12 of us, and just judging by when they would read, you could tell they were novices, some of them. And so the actual guest the big person, the director, was having trouble technically with the Zoom platform. And it took a good 30 minutes or so from the start to have them fix this problem. And you know how on Zoom you have the chat over to the side. This person, I don't know her, she just got angry. And she was saying, this is ridiculous.
Whoa.
She says, it's my birthday. I could have been doing something with my family. I chose this because I want to get into voiceover, and just venting on the chat page. And literally went on and said, this is bullshit, And I'm thinking, you have one of the biggest directors, agents out there here who can read this, and you're blowing it.
Wow. And that brings up another point. It just something that happened recently. And I just thought it was a voiceover faux pas to do this kind of social post. Again, not going to mention any names, but there was a friend, somebody that I know that put this very controversial post out there on one of the social media platforms, and this person got berated by so many people, by so many peers. And to me, I was having a conversation with my wife, and I was saying, I just steer clear of something that mercurial, something that polarizing, something that is going to create that much controversy. Everything you put out there, people might look at. Directors might be researching you. Let's see what old Kev has on his Facebook page. Okay, he's got pictures of his kids. He's got wacky posts about what he's doing in the booth or whatever. I keep it non-controversial and that kind of stuff. So it just blows my mind and it baffles me when people will put out that kind of stuff. Rob, what are your thoughts on something like that?
Tell us more.
No, I think you're absolutely
Mr. Social Media.
No, I think you're 100% on point, and not only should you try to monitor the things that you say and do on social media politically, but exactly what you're talking about right now. If you're pissed off, don't decide to post on social media about whatever it is, whether it's voiceover related or not. When you audition for things, and I don't know if you guys have discussed this on the podcast. It seems like I heard you talking about this one time, how the clients, the production companies, the agents that are out there hiring for specific jobs, they want to know how many followers you have on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah. They want to know those things. So what does that tell you? It tells you that they're coming and they're looking at you just like a potential hirer in the regular job site would be. They're going to be checking out some of the things that you talk about, some of your views. What do you share? Did you have permission to share a particular job? I mean, there's a lot of etiquette things that go along, and copyrighted things that go along with that particular topic too. But yeah, you really have to. I've done that myself, you guys. I mean, where I've typed it out, and before I hit post, I stop and I think, wow, I'm just mad right now, or I'm hurt, or whatever the case may be, and then
it's a reaction.
I backspace all the way out, and and give it 10 seconds. It's like fighting that 10-second crave. If you're a former smoker, you know what I'm talking about. If you can get past that 10 seconds, usually you can calm down. But that's a great point, and yeah, they're looking at your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Shannon, what are your thoughts on that? Shannon, by the way, Bobby and Rob, I don't know if you know, but Shannon, I call her a social media socialite. She's one of these that's doing all this stuff. And for the good, though, it's raising brand awareness. And everything I have seen Shannon post has been positive. It's been, influential. It has been inspiring. Shannon, is that your MO? Is that your modus operandi on all this stuff?
Yeah. So since, I have a backstory in the sense of people, there's people who believe in you and people who don't. And sometimes you tend to listen to the negative comments over the positive ones. And I've struggled with getting over the negative, and I've worked a lot on myself in order to do that. And I realized that I love spreading positivity and inspiration to everyone around me. And I feel like so many times we do things in life that take up our time and we don't enjoy doing it, and we might just cause somebody else hurt or pain. So when you talk about the negativity and watch what you say online, to me, it is very important because other people might look up to you, and, inspiration is very important. I love it.
I love that too.
Very good. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was a tiny tear trickling down my cheek just now.
That little boop. Hey, I I have a quick question before we get into our cold read challenge. As far as handling your marketing pitches right now, what are you? Because I haven't been doing it. Do you phrase it differently? Are you tender about saying, "Hey, hire me," when the person you're sending an email to might not have a job at all? Are you just kind of making a personal touch, or how are you handling it?
The only thing I'm doing, Bobby, is I am doing some marketing to radio stations, and I am marketing with the intent of saying, hey, you can do this without any budget whatsoever, because thankfully through our management, we're able to offer radio stations imaging where the station is not out any cash. It's set up on a barter agreement. So that's the only kind of marketing I'm really doing right now. I feel like it's okay, and I started off. I hope you're staying safe and well, Bob. But just wanted you to know that hey, I'm here. If you want to consider a new imaging voice, you can do it without a budget. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And then I have been touching base with a few existing clients, just saying, hey, I'm here. Let me know if you need anything, without doing any kind of hard sales pitch. Hey, what do you got for me? I never do that anyway. But a gentle kind of approach. What about you, Rob?
All right.
Yeah, mine is the same way. I feel and I have a brand new demo that it needs to be marketed, but right now is not the right time for that, I don't feel like. So I've kind of put that on the back burner for right now. And so I'm reaching out to all of those production companies and those types of clients, video editors that I've worked with over the last 3 to 4 to 5 years, and just reminded them that I have a studio where it's broadcast quality. It's we're able to remotely connect, and just a reminder there. And also I start every email off with "How are you?" and to make sure that everybody's okay. And and in fact, I did a LinkedIn video not too long ago about that very thing. We're all concerned about all of the protocols and where is our livelihood going and those types of things. But from a real humanitarian point of view, how are you doing? I mean, how are you dealing with all of this? And and remind them that I'm here and I'm available, and that's all you can do, I feel like. Now, I think there are a lot of other people that are marketing out there. So I don't know. I don't know what that looks like for each and every voice actor.
Yeah, for some perspective outside of our little round table here, I've had a couple that have sent me a couple of things just saying, hey, here is my friendly tone, here's my caring tone, here's how that sounds, and,
right.
That kind of thing. So I think the majority of the voiceover industry is cognizant of the fact that we have to tread lightly when marketing right now. Shannon, are you doing any kind of marketing right now?
I am doing so much different things right now. I've been actually reaching out to some clients that I've had from the past, and I've just been asking for a review or the recommendation for future things, or basically just to say hi, or if a project that I did with them, I didn't get to see it, I'm like, it would be awesome, if I could see that, because, you just love to see it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mainly just saying hi and then asking, how they're doing as well, and just trying to start up a conversation, because in all honesty, I'm not focused on the work right now, which sounds really super weird. I'm more focused and determined on making relationships and establishing a connection that, is strong in the long run.
That's the right mindset, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It sure is.
Yep. Okay. Well, we're going to get wrapping up here in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, we have to do the Cold Read Challenge. And Rob Reed is going to be the center spotlight of this Cold Read Challenge.
Cold Read Challenge.
Rob, you probably know how it works. I'm about to hit send on an email. That email's got to pop up, and there's a Word document attached. What I need you to do, please, is out loud, read the direction I give you, and then dive right into the script. You don't look at the script prior to reading it. You just dive right in, and then everybody react how they will react. Are you ready, Rob?
One and done, baby. One and done.
I am so ready.
All right.
Hit me, Big Daddy.
Oh, if you only knew how apropos that was.
It's recorded. I love it.
Oh, Rob, I just sent that, so let me know when you got it. And
I've got it.
all right, so read the direction and then dive in, please.
All right. The direction is direct response retail read, alpha male, good old boy, blue collar announcer. Attention all fishermen. Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing new fishing tool that makes deboning a fish a breeze. The Wonder Boner's unique design removes bones from trout, bass, and catfish. Simply select the appropriate size stainless steel rods, start the spine through the ring, and push the fish through. It's that easy. Your wife will love the Wonder Boner too. Why go through the hassle of deboning a fish the old-fashioned way when the Wonder Boner makes deboning a fish this easy?
Yeah!
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, and you guys, that is an actual thing. If you YouTube Wonder Boner, you will find that right there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this needs to go in your commercial demo, okay?
Yes. We'll be sure to amend that.
Oh, Rob, that is perfect, man. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
And
Kevin, wait a minute. You have to do your Rob Reed impersonation.
Oh man, I needed to work on it some.
No. Come on, cold read challenge here, baby.
Right. So Rob will call me up and hello. Hey Kevin, it's Rob Reed. How you doing, brother? Oh. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got right now. I need to come up with a whole act as Rob Reed. I'll work on that. We'll come back to that. Oh my gosh. Well, Bobby, did you have anything else for these two clowns?
Thanks. No, how do you top that?
I don't know.
Just hang in there, guys. Wear your masks, wash your hands, and hopefully we'll see each other all again real soon.
I hope
Well,
so.
yeah.
thanks so much for being on. Shannon Scott, you can, Shannon Scott, tell us all your social so everybody can reach out to you if they'd like.
Okay, so if you want to reach me,
You can find me on either, you can go to my website at simplyshannonscott.com or Instagram. I'm usually on there the most, and I am the Fit Geek Goddess. So
Absolutely. And Rob, how do people reach out to you?
Well, my website is robreedvo.com, and I'm on LinkedIn a lot, and my connection there is Rob Reed VO, as it is in Twitter, Instagram as well. Rob Reed VO.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for being on the Middle Class VO podcast today. And hey, let's do this again sometime.
It's great.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a really an honor. Thanks.
Rob, go tell Marie about that deboner, okay?
I will. She's. I'll go ahead and produce the rest of the commercial for her.
Exactly. I'm picturing it right now. Honey, I'm here to tell you about the Wonder Boner.
Oh, my God.
Have I got an offer for you, baby?
Oh, but yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much. And we will talk to you again.
Great.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
The Middle Class VO podcast is a K2 Media Productions production.
All views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and guests. The McVob jingle was written and produced by Kevin.
Co-produced
produced and performed by Chloe Dolandis.
Additional engineering by Zach Zimmett.
Bobby's hair and makeup by Rebecca Atleta.
Kevin's wardrobe by Slippery Pete's Fashion Emporium.
All previous episodes are available for download on Podbean.
For the Middle Class VO podcast, I'm Tracy Thibodeau.
I'm Lisa Lou Perry.
Thanks for listening.
And don't miss the next episode of
The Middle Class VO Podcast. The Middle Class VO Podcast.